Hey guys, Rino from OneStopAbruzzo today from 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤𝐞. Today we have a bit of a different video, and as you can probably hear from the background noises, we have some works. I am in an apartment that was bought by Massimiliano, which I'm going to tell you more about him. He's from Italy, but he's working currently in Czech Republic. And there he is, Massimiliano. He's working currently in Czech Republic. He bought this place, and they are renovating it with his brother. So since you often ask what it means to renovate houses in Abruzzo, so we will just ask more. So Massimiliano, thanks for writing to me and for arranging the video and allowing us to film your place. So can you tell me more, can you tell us more, why did you buy here, and what it means to renovate the house in Italy, like the difficulties? Yeah, tell us.
Sure. Hi Rino, thanks for coming, and hi to everyone that is following you, of course. Yeah, so let's start from the beginning maybe. Why buying here? So I grew up here, but many years ago I moved, as you mentioned, in the Czech Republic for a working reason. But you know, I was also always coming back here, time to time, with my family. So at the end we decided, okay, since we are coming very often, why we don't buy something?
Exactly.
So we started, like I would say 3-4 years ago, starting looking for a place. So. And where? On internet. Where else? So we just started, you know, scraping immobiliare.it or
𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤,
all these typical website where you can find such deals. So, and it took some time. No, it took some time, but you know, we were looking for this specific area. So means 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐿, Rocca San Giovanni.
Yeah, this is for the viewers. This is the Costa Brava. Probably you know if you researched a bit about Abruzzo, so you can see the sea there. It's just great. 𝐥𝐸𝐵𝐵, Ortona, and 𝐭𝡡𝐢𝐬. So yeah, I can see why you were interested here. So yeah.
Also, I grew up nearby, so I knew the area a bit, and I said, okay, maybe instead of buying in bigger cities like I don't know Pescara or Francavilla, better in a smaller coastal town.
Yeah.
You know, where the nature is amazing. You can see the seaside, the sea is also very good. So I said, okay, let's try and see if.
And they're also doing a lot of investments here. You can see, for example, here we have the rail tracks, but there is no train actually passing here. They will build a bicycle lane, bicycle path that will go to 𝐭𝡡𝐢𝐬, I think, and down to the sea, and it will connect to the other, the bigger one, the Corridoio Verde Adriatico, I believe this is called. So
yeah, the bigger project is that will connect all the coastal.
From Puglia to
Veneto, I guess, something like that.
Yeah, so no, it's interesting. It's interesting. So, and so Massimiliano, about the house. So can you tell us more? Like, so you said you researched quite a bit, and how was the process? When you decided, like, easy to purchase, like the projects, I don't know, like, tell us about.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Italian, but I live abroad. So I'm like basically considered as a foreign, like
citizen. EU. Yeah.
Like I'm compared to any other EU citizen living outside Italy. So because I don't have my residency here, so whatever I did, it applies to everyone that has EU citizenship in Europe. So the thing was, the beginning, it was mainly about arranging meetings with the real estate agency. So they were really, I would say, good in allowing us coming multiple times and sending us pictures and stuff like that. So I would say I had quite good experience with them. And once we visited here the place, after some time we decided to put an offer. The offer we put, it was lower than the price that was advertised.
This is always interesting also because they ask me often, how much can I go down? You know, is it like 5% up to 10%? So
in my experience, we put an offer that was 10% less.
All right.
And let's say we went at the end with maybe 9% less.
Okay,
We agreed
close,
on
pretty close.
yeah, pretty close. No, so not so bad. And so that's also a good one, because the reason why we put this such offer, it's because the place was actually in need of restoration. As you can see,
Yeah,
the things that we are doing here.
Yeah, we might film something later, maybe,
Yeah.
so to see the status.
It's a house from the 70s, and for the last, I guess, 5-6 years, nobody was living here. So it was kind of not abandoned, but nobody was living here. So many things were in need of restoration at the end. So that's why we decided to put this offer less than the price advertised. Also explaining our reason why we are putting such offer down, and then they accepted. The owner accepted the reason, and we closed the deal. So it means, as usual, you put they accepted the deal. We had to pay, I guess, something like 15-20% advance payment, and then it was only about waiting for, usually it's about 3 months waiting, because there is another thing to mention. I bought this house half and half with my brother, and my brother went for a mortgage.
All right.
And interesting, I wanted to also go for a mortgage, but for the same reason, since I am a EU citizen, not living in Italy, I couldn't apply for a mortgage here.
All right. So you should have gotten it in the Czech Republic if you wanted.
Exactly. If I wanted, but even there, like they don't give a mortgage for a property that is not
In the country. All right.
So there are some
So
tricks how
okay.
to get something there. The most classical one is to get like standard commercial loan, but of course it's with higher percentage.
Yeah, interest rate.
Interest rate, exactly, and with shorter repayment.
All right.
So, but there are some ways how to. It depends also on the country, because not each country has the same products in terms of.
In the case of the channel, like 40% of viewers are from the United States, so
Okay.
it might even be trickier, but often you have already the capital, guys, when you.
Yeah.
So if you are cash buyer, I think this is of course.
Exactly. It's always better, because otherwise the process to get something here is quite. It might take some time, because you should have to move your residency here first of all, and then prove some income coming from Italy, not from abroad. Or maybe there are some banks that can allow you to use a foreign income, but it really depends on the banks.
Yeah.
So, and all this process can take months, a lot of months. So that's why, as you also said, maybe it's better to deal with the financial side before.
Yeah, on the country.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and come here with cash. Otherwise, it might take longer than
Right.
expected.
Right. And Massimiliano, what about the renovation project? So, like, how many people did you involve? Like, geometer, architect, I don't know, the constructions company. Like, I renovated the bit, so I remember it was a pain. But tell us.
So definitely, the first person you should involve is a geometer. That's always, because he should actually go to the town hall here and open the process. It's called in Italian 𝐥𝐤𝐤.
Yeah.
Is
Check the documents.
Exactly. Open the allow for the permit to reconstruct, basically. So, and luckily, I mean, this is also something I can suggest to all of you. Ask the real estate agency. They always have.
They always have someone. Yeah.
Exactly.
I can confirm that. I work with many agencies, and normally they have.
Yeah, so in my case it was like that. I asked them, and they provided, there was a geometer working with them already. We met with him, we found an agreement. So he's following us since then about all this process.
And how long did it took again also? So you bought this when exactly?
So we bought this officially in February last year, 2023.
Okay. And you plan to finish all the works by the summer already, or?
Yes. So it's at the end it will take a bit more than 1 year, let's say, but not because it could have been taken much less.
All right.
But since again I'm abroad, also my brother doesn't live here, so we had to follow the process from remote. So it took a bit some time. I mean, it took a bit longer than.
If you were living here both, maybe 6 months.
Exactly.
Okay. Ah, yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay. So we were saying, so the geometra for the documents, SCIA on the comune, then you're good to start working, and then what do you do? Like start sourcing for construction companies or plumbers, electrician, like.
Yes. So my suggestion is once you start looking for geometra, also start looking for a construction company, because they are really busy
Yeah.
in Italy lately. And sometimes we got some answer that they could start working not before 6 months.
Crazy.
So
Yeah,
even
because
longer, so.
yeah, because maybe you viewers don't know. Like after COVID, there was like a tax relief. I don't know how to call it, like funds.
Benefit, like-
Yeah, benefit given by the government that actually repaid you for the whole amount of jobs of the works in the house. It was called the 110%. But as you can imagine, it was crazy. Everyone wanted to renovate, so. Spikes in prices, and constructions company, everyone was super busy. Now it's thankfully it's off, and now you have the 50%. You get 50% of the amount you spend in 10 years, right? If I'm correct,
Yes,
in
exactly,
10 years.
correct.
Okay,
So
yeah.
whatever you spend, the 50% of what you spend, of course, must be all invoiced as usual. Then you can split in 10 years and deduct from your taxes.
But then again, you have to be Italian citizen
No.
to. Oh, okay, no.
No, you can also do it since you have a property here and you are owner here. If you are a citizen of
Whatever,
Italy or
yeah,
other
okay.
country, you can get, because once you have a property here, you became also kind of Italian, I was called like taxpayer, kind of, because you still have to pay your property tax here
Okay.
every year. So you are kind of paying already, even if you don't plan to do anything, but just to own the house, you will have to pay the tax property, and this is just enough to use this benefit against this tax property, for example. So no need to be citizen for
Good,
to apply
good.
for this.
And the tax property, because this is also a question that I always get, like if you're living here or if it's your second house, there are differences. So can you tell us what are those taxes? And of course the amounts change based on the size of the house, and
Yeah,
but
there are many variables in
Yeah.
it. So, of course, if you don't have the residency here, this is considered your second house. So, in Italy, you might know that on the first house where you have a residency, you don't pay tax property. But from the second house onwards, you pay a tax property, and that's my case, because I decided not to move my residency here since I live abroad. So this is considered my second house. So I'm paying such taxes every year. And as you said, there are many variables. It's all based on the cadastral value that you get on the Visura Camera that you can get online. Based on that value, there are some calculators online, because the tax really depends on the town you live, on the city, because each city has different percentage of such tax and so on. But so it's really hard to say, an amount that applies to everyone.
all right.
But as you said, it depends on the size of the house, on the category of the house, on the cadastral registry. Your house can be categorized in different ways, so normal house or luxury house.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
it's
it
bigger
depends.
than a
Yeah,
certain.
yeah.
So again, this is quite tricky, but I guess maybe we can put some calculator.
Yeah,
link for the info.
to arrange, so to have a ballpark idea.
Yeah.
And Vassina, which was the biggest surprise, maybe, I don't know, that you found in this house, like that you were not expecting? Like, was there a shock or something that you weren't expecting?
Well, shock, really shock, no, but of course we knew that we were buying a house built in the 70s, so we could expect something not unusual. And of course, for example, we had to renew all the electricity wiring, all the water pipes.
Yeah, I think we can film a little bit. This is the top part where you will have the Airbnb apartment. So yeah, as you can see, it's air conditioning there, new electricals everywhere, it's called Massetto. I don't know. You made it.
Yes, new one.
New one, right? Yeah. So, as you can see here, we have the bathroom. Yeah. Loads of work, and yeah. And so you were saying though you are kind of on track with the works, or?
Kind of, yes. I mean, we knew that it would take a bit longer than expected, and again, since we also live not here, so but we were planning. I mean, the plan is to finish everything by this spring, summer, let's say.
Okay, good.
So we should be.
And what about the budget you had? Like, how much were you off of it?
So far, I guess we are at about probably about 50% off the budget.
Man, it's,
But again, this is something that you should expect as well. Of course, we counted with something, but as I said, there are some surprises that
yeah.
comes out while you do the reconstruction. So we had to do some extra work that we didn't expect, but you have to come with it.
Was anything decided by you, like, okay, I'm 50% up because as I was working, I wanted this extra and this extra, or was everything a surprise for the extra works? Like, was it something that came up randomly, or something that you also wanted to do more?
Well, kind of mix in the way that once you do the work, you find out something, and then you are there, okay, we have this problem, and then you think, okay, better to do it now and not in 5 years to break everything and
start again. Yeah.
So that's also one reason to count with some buffer on top of your budget, because things might come up, especially in some houses built some years ago, like this one. So yeah, count with it, and once you start working and you realize there is something you have to do, better do it while you're already working on it.
Yeah, true.
Rather than do it, I don't know.
Absolutely true. And what was your experience with the construction workers, with the material? Like, were they reliable on time, more or less? Like, did you have any struggle with them, or?
Well, big struggle, no, but of course you have to follow them, kind of. So you have to make sure they do what you decided to do with them. Sometimes you have to, check, not because they don't want to do it, but of course what you expect maybe doesn't match what they are doing. So they are kind of reliable, but you have to follow them. Yeah. You cannot just say, okay, do it, and then we see in 2 months, we see what's your done. No, you have to really follow the process.
So if you are completely abroad, it will be tricky if you don't have someone here.
Yes. I mean, it will be better, let's put it this way. Of course, you can, if you find a reliable, or maybe someone that, for example, an architect, a designer can really follow you on the process, and you have this interface between the workers and yourself, maybe can help. But if you want to do it from in first person to follow the process, you have to count that sometimes, as I'm doing, you have to come here
and check
and ask.
And by the way, Massimiliano, you mentioned this, but you have a project also for people that have houses here but maybe don't live here, right? You are starting just now, putting your head. So what is the plan for the future for you?
Yeah, as also mentioned, especially this top flat, we are planning to rent it for short term, so working Airbnb. Doing that because I also already have some experience in the Czech Republic doing the same with some other properties, so I'm already familiar with the process. Of course, different laws, but the process is kind of similar. So while having this experience and while doing for myself here, I said, okay, why not to help someone else in need? I know that many investors from abroad come here, but then they don't know, okay, what's the process of registering my property in for short term, because maybe you might know, but from this year there are a lot of news that maybe we can discuss about. So there are there is some bureaucracy behind, but also all the process of advertising your flat, cleaning, check-in, check-out, all this full management of short-term rental house. So I'm starting now. So yeah, and as I said, having experience both abroad and now starting here, I guess it would be helpful for anyone that would like to have such kind of consultancy service.
Good. Okay. Well, I will leave your contact in the description so they can start following you, and we'll see how it progresses. Yep. Cool. Anything else, or we want to do like a tour, or we show around, or what do you think?
We can, of course. There are some workers doing it, but yeah, this is the top flat. This will be basically the kitchen, and kitchen will be on this side, and here kind of will be also living room. Kitchen of living room.
I see you will only have the splits, you call in English, the air conditioning for cold and hot air.
Maybe something important to mention, we decided not to use gas at all.
Yeah, so no radiators, right, only...
Everything electricity, even because the plan is to have photovoltaic panels on the roof.
Okay,
and so even because the winters here are not so...
Yeah, it's mild, it's okay. It's
maybe just a few days a year you are really cold, but not even that. So we decided that using electricity, and because also for a cost thing, you don't have to pay some fixed cost.
Yeah, you don't have the monthly fee for the gas, especially for the short term. I think it's good. So you're only using it when.
So yeah, good point. All electricity, no gas.
All right. Yeah.
So this is the living room, kitchen. This is the entrance. Actually, we did some change because the original door was here, but we moved a bit that way, the main door.
Okay, is of course bathroom. So it will be one apartment, or you plan to have 2 rooms here? No, it's.
That's the main room, the bedroom, the master bedroom.
Yeah.
This way. So here it will be the big bed here. Of course, you've seen the terrace.
Amazing view. Yeah, and here you have.
And here is a kind of open space that we are. It will be definitely a second room, but we are still deciding how to
arrange it.
But this will be definitely second room.
All right. Cool. Pretty cool. And the fixtures. What did you decide for the windows? Like this was of course wood. Yeah. Once it was always wood, but now did you go with the
PVC? New windows.
PVC or
plastic one, PVC. Actually, they should come next week to. And
that is long. That is a long wait. Yes. Before COVID, before everything, it was less than 60 days. Now, how much did you wait?
So it's about 4 months. More or less.
Okay, I was expecting it's getting better now.
Getting better, exactly.
Because it was it has been like 6 or 7 months. So okay, 4 months. All right.
Exactly. As you said before, like right after COVID, it was really the waiting list. It was.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're also replacing all this, the plastic windows and doors. Everything.
Good. Okay.